Welcome to The Explainer. So, today we're going to tackle a topic that sounds really complicated, but honestly, it's the single most important thing you can do to protect yourself as a creator: setting up an LLC. Let's break down exactly why this is your ultimate legal shield.
This all came into sharp focus with a huge lawsuit. When YouTuber Tasha K got hit with a multi-million-dollar defamation suit from Cardi B, it wasn't just her channel that was in trouble. Nope. Because she didn't have the right legal structure, her personal assets, we're talking her house, her car, everything she owned, were suddenly on the line. This case just highlights a massive, massive risk that most creators completely ignore.
Okay, so let's bring this home to you. Let's say you get hit with a bogus copyright claim, a defamation lawsuit, or a sponsorship deal just goes completely south. Could you lose it all? Right now, for most creators out there, the answer is a terrifying yes. But it absolutely doesn't have to be.
All right, let's map this out. We're going to start with the number one risk you're facing right now. Then we'll get into your legal shield, what it is and what it does. We'll walk through exactly how to build it the right way and then talk about the huge payoffs. We'll also cover the one critical mistake that can make it all completely worthless. And we'll finish up with a big mindset shift.
This video contains affiliate links. Before we dive into the strategies for scaling your channel and landing bigger brand deals, let's talk about the foundation. You absolutely cannot protect your personal assets or keep the IRS off your back without a properly structured business entity. Most YouTubers and content creators run their channels as a sole proprietor, mixing their AdSense revenue directly with their personal bank accounts, and that's why they get crushed at tax time or leave themselves totally exposed to copyright claims. Your channel is a real business. And whether you are breaking down business news, covering the newest game leaks, or building a media empire, it needs to be a legitimate, separate legal entity. That's where Busy comes in. Busy is the absolute best service out there for creators, handling your entire LLC formation for just $0 plus state fees. They take care of your articles of organization, your registered agent service, your EIN, which you need to open a proper business bank account for those sponsorships, and your compliance alerts. They handle the boring legal paperwork so you can stay focused on writing scripts, designing thumbnails, and creating content, all while establishing that crucial legal separation between your personal life and your YouTube channel. This is non-negotiable if you want to treat your content like a true business and protect your wealth. I've dropped a special link in the description below. Use my link to get your Creator LLC set up through Busy today and unlock some exclusive perks and discounts. Get that handled first, and then let's get back to growing the channel.
So right out of the gate, here's the deal. If you're making any money at all from your YouTube channel, the government automatically views you as something called a sole proprietor. This is how basically everyone starts, but as you start to grow, it quickly becomes the most dangerous position you can be in.
And this is where it gets really, really clear. Look at the difference. As a sole proprietor, there is zero legal separation between you and your channel. You are the business. So if your channel gets sued, you get sued, personally. Your savings account, your car, your home, it is all fair game. An LLC, on the other hand, creates a totally separate legal person. Now the business gets sued, not you. It's that simple. And it's the fundamental switch from being a hobbyist to a protected professional.
All right, so let's talk about the solution. Let's look at how we build a firewall between your personal life and your business life. So think of an LLC as like literal legal armor for your personal life. It tells the world, and more importantly the law, that your channel is its own thing, separate from you. This means if a lawsuit pops up, let's say for copyright or defamation, they sue the LLC. Only the assets owned by the business itself, like the money in its bank account, are at risk, not your personal stuff.
So you're ready to build your shield. Great. But here's the thing, and this is super important. Just having an LLC isn't enough. You have to create it and, just as importantly, maintain it the right way. Getting this right is absolutely non-negotiable.
Okay, let's walk through the blueprint, step by step. First, pick a unique name that ends with LLC. Easy enough. Second, and this is key for your privacy, you appoint a registered agent. We'll talk more about that in a sec. Third, you file the official paperwork with your state. This will cost you a bit, maybe $50, maybe a few hundred depending on where you live. Once that's approved, you get a free EIN from the IRS. Think of it like a social security number, but for your business. Step 5 is creating an operating agreement. That's just your company's internal rulebook. And finally, and I cannot stress this enough, you open a separate business bank account. This last step is the one that keeps your shield strong.
Let's zero in on this registered agent thing for a sec, because honestly, this is huge for creators. You could list your own home address, but that means your private address is now in the public record for anyone to find. Not great. For about $100 a year, you can hire a professional service that lets you use their address instead. This is a game changer for protecting your privacy and your personal safety.
Okay, so where you set up your LLC actually matters. A lot. Doing it in your home state is usually the simplest, but some states, like Wyoming, for example, have incredibly strong laws that give you even more privacy and make it way harder for someone to sue your LLC successfully. Since a YouTube channel is a digital business, you often have the flexibility to shop around and form your company in the state that gives you the best possible protection.
Okay, the shield is built. Now for the fun part, the payoffs. And this isn't just about playing defense. It's about putting more money in your pocket and leveling up your entire operation.
Right. Once you have that LLC, you can unlock this amazing tax strategy. It's called electing to be taxed as an S corporation. Now, this doesn't change your LLC legally. It's just a different way of telling the IRS how to handle your taxes. And for creators who are making a steady income, say over $40,000 or $50,000 a year in profit, this is where you can save some serious cash.
And here's how it works. It's actually pretty brilliant. See, without it, every single dollar of profit you make gets hit with that nasty 15.3% self-employment tax. But with an S-Corp election, you split your income. You pay yourself a reasonable salary, what someone else would get paid to do your job, and you definitely want a CPA to help you figure out that number. Only that salary gets hit with the full tax. The rest of the profit, you can take that as a distribution, which is not subject to self-employment tax. For a growing channel, we're talking thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars back in your pocket every year.
And look, don't just take it from me. As one creator on Reddit said, their biggest regret was waiting too long and getting slammed with a hefty tax bill. This is a real thing people kick themselves for not doing sooner.
But it's not just about the legal stuff and the taxes. An LLC completely changes the game professionally. It signals to brands and sponsors that you are serious. It builds instant credibility. It turns your channel from just a creative outlet into a real, tangible asset that you could one day sell. I mean, every top creator you can think of, from Mr. Beast to Rhett and Link, run their entire empire through LLCs.
Okay, so you've built the shield. You're feeling good, but listen up, because this is where everything can go wrong. Setting up the LLC is only step one. If you don't maintain it correctly, if you start treating it like it's not a real, separate thing, then a court can decide it isn't real either, and that legal shield you built, it will shatter.
Yeah, there's a fancy legal term for this: piercing the corporate veil. That veil is the legal wall between you and your business. It's what keeps you safe. But if a judge decides you haven't been respecting that wall, they can just tear it down. And just like that, you are completely exposed again. It's like the LLC never even existed. Suddenly your house, your car, everything is back on the table.
So how does this happen? Well, the number one way, the absolute biggest mistake creators make, is mixing money. It's called commingling funds. Using your business bank account to pay your personal rent, that's a fatal error. Buying groceries with a company debit card, huge mistake. You have to maintain a clean, strict separation between your money and the business's money. No exceptions. That, along with bad record keeping, is the fastest way to destroy your own protection.
So really, all of this boils down to one simple but massive mindset shift. And it's probably the most important thing to take away from this entire explainer.
From this day forward, you are not entering into a brand deal. Your business is. The LLC signs the contract. The LLC is the one that gets paid. You are just an owner or an employee of that business. This separation isn't just some legal paperwork. It's a discipline you have to practice every single day.
So I'll leave you with this question, and your answer really changes everything. Are you just a creator making videos? Or are you the CEO of a media business? Because if you're building a business, it is time to start protecting it like one.